Y'all should have learned with Puff. Y'all should have learned with Hove. Y'all dealing with a different kind of animal here.
And his mentor was
Andre Well.
Tell us how
who was mentored by Clive Davis.
If you've ever pondered how Diddy ended up being so shady with all the stories swirling around about him, well, it seems we might finally have an answer to that, because Kanye West might have just dropped a bombshell on us. Word on the street is that Clive Davis, the music industry bigwig, might be the puppet master behind Diddy's villainous behavior. It's rumored that Davis schooled Diddy on the art of manipulation, how to use people, exploit them for their talents and bodies, and then toss them aside once they've served their purpose or stopped making bank. If these whispers hold any truth, then Clive Davis could be even more twisted than Diddy himself. And considering the laundry list of accusations against Diddy, that's saying something. So folks, grab your popcorn because we're about to unravel one heck of a scandal. Let's start with the long-standing conspiracy swirling around Whitney Houston's tragic passing. Kanye recently spoke about how Hollywood elites will often stage a celebrity death to make it look like they unalive themselves. And fans are now saying that this is exactly what happened to Whitney.
I will forever believe that Brandy knows who's responsible for Whitney Houston's death, and she is scared to speak up. Now, word on the street is Clive Davis had her off for her catalog just like they did Michael Jackson. Let me tell you why.
Just 2 days before she died, Whitney crashed an interview with Brandy, Monica, and Clive Davis and passed a mysterious note to Brandy. Also, did you hear Whitney repeat twice, "I nearly drowned today"?
You telling me 2 days before she died, she interrupted an interview with a music mogul and two living legends to pass Brandy a note that nobody to this day knows what it says. And she says, when she interrupted this interview, very important, she says, "I nearly drowned today. I nearly drowned today." And 2 days later, she drowns. That's a coincidence. And y'all know Whitney Houston died Grammy weekend, and Clive Davis had a party in the same hotel that she passed away in, and he didn't cancel it. While her body was upstairs, he was downstairs partying the night away.
You were, I think, going to go to the Clive Davis party.
Yes.
It was a surreal event where Whitney's body was still in the hotel, and there was this sort of party where apparently half the room were in tears, the other half were kind of partying. What did you feel about that?
I thought that was complete insanity. And knowing Whitney, I don't believe that she would have said, "The show must go on." She's the kind of woman that would say, "Stop everything. I'm not going to be there."
Somebody need to climb from underneath Brandy's car and ask her what was on that note. It is detrimental at this point. We need to know.
Leola Brown, Bobby Brown's sister, has said on several occasions that she was beaten. They saw her body. She didn't just die in a tub, like she was beat up.
Oh, wow.
Her and Clive had a fight 2 days before. And from what I was told, Bobby Christina was present for some of that fight. And then the next thing you know, she's dead. Ray J was the last person to see her alive. He let the drug dealer in, but she was sober, right? But he let the drug dealer in that gave her the shot. And Brandy was the one that found her. But you know, they pledge allegiance to Clive too. He needed her back, but he needed her back and under his control. Thing with her name on it is strictly for the purposes of financial gain for those who have access to her estate, including Clive Davis.
Including Clive
Davis. This ain't a film to celebrate Whitney Houston. This is a film to, pay the piper.
Whitney Houston killers came into a hotel room, right?
Yeah.
That's a 5-star hotel, Hollywood Hilton, right?
Beverly Hills Hilton.
Can I ask you a question? Where the footage from the hallway? Where the footage from the hallway? Why we never saw the footage from the hallway? You know why? Because whoever had Whitney Houston murdered had enough power to make that footage disappear. But kill Whitney for what though?
That's what I was gonna ask though. What she was fighting for?
I'm gonna tell you what I think she was fighting for. What do all entertainers do when they run out of money?
So they masters publishing.
What's the first thing they start looking at?
They publishing, they masters.
They publishing,
yes.
Their masters,
yes.
And all the royalties that I never got.
Yes. Yes.
Ooh. So Whitney Houston broke the Beatles record.
Yes.
Whitney Houston broke Elvis's record. Whitney Houston is the only black artist ever, not even Michael Jackson, to have 3 certified diamond albums. I Will Always Love You is the highest selling female song in world history. You understand me? And she broke?
Facts. I ain't never heard.
Whitney was going to order an audit on her publishing, her royalties, her masters. And there's somebody who couldn't afford that to happen. And that's why Whitney not here.
Yeah.
And isn't it ironic that Whitney Houston dies the same way that Jimi Hendrix dies? In a tub, in a hotel, allegedly from drugs. And we know why Jimi Hendrix was murdered, the greatest guitarist of all time, because Jimi Hendrix wanted to finance the Black Panther Party, but he didn't know that his agent, his manager, was an MI6 British intelligence agent.
What? Damn.
So,
yeah, game. They gonna have you mapped out.
And Prince was murdered because Prince didn't want to sell his unpublished music to Warner Brothers. And Michael Jackson was murdered because he didn't want to sell the Beatles catalog back to Sony Records.
What you want to ask for?
And R. Kelly went to jail because Sony Records wanted his catalog.
Yeah.
R. Kelly is not in jail for pedophilia, although that's wrong and he should be if he's guilty. But that ain't why he there. Yeah. White folks been knew he was doing what he was doing. R. Kelly didn't go to jail till R. Kelly start questioning control of his masters. Bill Cosby goes to jail because the second largest oil company in the world wanted to drill under his home in Massachusetts, and he wouldn't let him. And the reason they brought up the lawsuit with the ugly old white women is to financially bankrupt Bill Cosby, so he got to sell the house, and the oil company gets the oil.
So the
managers like say they're gonna take dirty looks.
It's okay, we're straight. We're gonna talk.
Go ahead.
You said your career is not exactly what you would have wanted it to be, but this proves it. What's not on?
Step on up.
I'll tell it. We're not going to sugarcoat anything anymore. We've been quiet long enough. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
All right.
All right.
Well, I'll put it to you this way. We are the biggest selling female group ever. 10 million albums worldwide. We have worked very hard. We have been in this business for 5 years.
5 years.
And we are broke as broke can be. And we're not like trying to be a sad story. If that was the case, we would have been on everybody's talk show talking about how broke we are. We haven't done that. I know it's hard to believe because we've sold so many albums, but it is possible. That's the deal here. So, and we're not happy at all. But for real, tonight, this is all we wanted. We wanted to win a Grammy, at least one, and we won 2. And that proves that we are the jam.
Chili, can you wait? Because I heard Bo Diddley on a TV show yesterday because the Legends of Rock thing is going on tomorrow, and he talked about how in the 50s that happened a lot. It's shocking that that's happening in the 90s.
It is shocking. It's still happening. I mean, we're examples right now. I mean, you don't understand the stress that we're under, and it's like to even find out that people are calling the Academy talking about TLC's out of control and people who are supposed to have your back is very confusing. We don't understand that, and it's like, dog, you know what? It's okay because God is on our side, and He has blessed us, and we are thankful for everything thus far. And
nothing to hold us down.
Yeah.
10 million albums. How can he be broke? And 2, what's coming up with Left Eye Productions?
First of all, 10 million albums, and how can we be broke? It's kind of, I I can't go into everything right now, but trust me, you can sell 10 million albums and be broke if you have greedy people behind you.
Turn it around so you don't sell 10 million albums and not be broke.
Stick together, learn from our mistakes, and just well, contracts and stuff is kind of hard to handle business when you're stuck in contracts that say certain things.
And to me, what also helps is when you tell it, when you're sitting around and you're like being hush hush about it, nobody knows. Everybody's looking at the videos, they're looking at the success of the album, so they're thinking that you're on top of the world. And when you're quiet like that, no one knows. So that's why we're telling it. We're not telling it to get anybody in trouble or to make anybody mad at us. We're just being very honest and truthful and telling y'all the truth. And that's just how it is. And hopefully, it can stop, because it is not 1950 anymore. It is 1996.
I will never forget this Grammy speech that TLC gave about how Clive Davis was actually ripping them off for millions of dollars. And at the time, a lot of people were just thinking about the music industry, and they weren't actually thinking who was behind it. TLC's most popular album, Crazy Sexy Cool, had actually generated millions of dollars, and they only got paid $50,000 apiece. When they demanded to know where the money had went, L.A. Reid had told them that Clive Davis is the one that actually had the money. And what I love about TLC is they did not play no games when they found this out. They actually went to Arista and held Clive Davis hostage. And I'm not going to waste no time. I'm going to go ahead and roll you guys the clip where they talk about this happening.
The record company, Clive Davis, we held them hostage like guns, the whole shebang. Yeah, it was like that.
Wait a minute. I want to make sure we understand.
Yes.
Guns?
Yes, guns.
With bullets?
With bullets.
Come on, give me the story,
I'm going to tell you because TLC had generated on Crazy Sexy Cool $75 million, and they gave us $50,000 a piece. So I was like, what the hell? So, of course, Lisa was the ringleader.
Like, we need to go get our money. I need to know where my MF and money's at.
So, she was locked up in the diversion center for burning down the house. And she was just like, okay, we gonna get LaFace and them girls I was locked up with. We gonna drive up there. We gonna take the guns. And then we had this limo driver.
Wait, she just got out of jail?
Yes.
Okay.
And we had the limo driver. And he was the getaway car. So we went up there and held everybody hostage, and Puffy was the one that snitched us out. Yo, B, your girl's up here mad bugging, yo. And I was like, oh, Puff, why you gonna snitch us out, dog? But he called it, yeah, because we kicked him out of the meeting.
Well, wait a minute. Puffy, mind your damn business. Okay, go ahead, Sugar.
Oh, my God. But it was rude. We interrupted Puffy's meeting, and he was having a meeting, and Puff was like, I'm sorry, but we really got to handle this, dog. We need to know where this money at. Because we were getting sick and sweating, and, we was like really working hard for this money, yes. And we wanted to know who the hell had our check.
Who had it?
LA said Clive did, so that's where we went.
Well, do he still have it?
All of them got it.
Give me the names, because I'm going to talk to them right now. Hey, Clive, Sugar, how you doing? LA, all of you. Give them their money, Sugar. All of it. Y'all made $75 million, and they only got 50. They're missing about $70 million of their money.
We know all the alleged allegations against Clive Davis, such as Whitney Houston, such as his relationship with P. Diddy, and some of the horrible things he's allegedly done. So it honestly does not surprise me that he ripped TLC off like this. And people have always speculated that Lisa Lopez's death was not an accident, such as Whitney Houston and even Biggie Smalls, which all tie back to Clive Davis. So let me know what you guys think about Clive Davis ripping off TLC and everything that we heard today in the comments.
Ever heard whispers about Tommy Mottola being more influential than Diddy? Let me spill the tea. Tommy Mottola, legendary music exec, but also dubbed a cruel devil by Michael Jackson. Why? Let's dive in. Mottola, once the head of Sony Music, wielded immense power shaping the careers of superstars. But Michael Jackson accused him of exploiting artists, labeling him as ruthless. Jackson wasn't alone. Many whispered that Mottola's influence surpassed even P. Diddy's. So, what's the deal with P. Diddy? While Diddy made waves with Bad Boy Records, Mottola had a grip on the entire industry. Conspiracy theories suggest that Mottola's behind-the-scenes maneuvers controlled the fates of countless artists. Intriguing, right?
Sony, Tommy Mottola. Tommy Mottola is the president of the record division. He is a mean, he's a racist, and he's very, very, very devilish.
My uncle didn't die. He was murdered. I feel the same thing about Prince, because you have to remember, these are basically insurance policies. When he dies, whatever was owned by the company reverts back. We're not talking about $100,000. We're not talking about $1 million.
I've generated several $1 billion for Sony. Several billion. They really thought that my mind is always on music and dancing, and it usually is, but they never thought that this performer, myself, would outthink them.
Yeah.
I think about how she got signed to Sony. It still kind of fucks me up, because when you have that much talent and you still got to suck to get your demo tape approved. Everybody knows what happened between her and Tommy Mottola on the way to her first listening party. They seen her coming up from giving him the back of the shit, and everybody knew. Everybody talked about it. That's why she got the access that she got. She ended up marrying him, didn't she? Then she made him divorce his wife and made him fight her for alimony and child support after that woman had been married to him for 25 years.
I was 19 years old and had already lived a lifetime of chaos. Then, this powerful man suddenly came along, parting the seas to make room for my dream.
In the very beginning, I did feel protected by him. I definitely felt that we had a bond in music, that I felt that he believed in me.
Soon after we met, Tommy started making romantic overtures. His persistent gestures and constant attention gave me a sense of safety.
She soon realized it wasn't as safe as she had hoped.
From the moment Tommy signed me, he tried to wash the urban off of me.
Him sleeping and you getting up and leaving the bed just to go to a room privately, and then hearing through the intercom, "Where are you? What are you doing?"
Just made everything just back into like this stiff moment of being at attention. There was pressure from him to get married, but I thought he would lighten his grip on me. I thought he would relax. I didn't feel like he got the fact that I was also a human being with my own feelings and thoughts.
What made you ignore all of those feelings?
Fear. A lot of it had to do with fear.
Pushed to the edge, she tried to break free with her friend Debrat.
The phone didn't stop ringing the entire time. At first we thought it was funny, and we literally were going to go for 5 minutes, which was a huge deal. For me to just go off the property without security, it just became a huge, huge thing. And she was in shock, and she did say, "This is not okay. You're Mariah Carey. I thought you could do whatever you want. Like, you can't be in this relationship."
Mariah knew she couldn't take it much longer, but she felt trapped.
You said, "I didn't believe I was worthy of both happiness and success."
I called him TD Valentine. That was his stage name back in the day when he fancied himself a musician. He loved music, that much is true, and he found a way to have a lifelong affair with it. As I've said, our mutual love of music, ambition, and power was completely intertwined with our personal relationship. Music was the relationship, but try as we might, that couldn't make it a marriage. I sincerely believed in my heart I would be with Tommy forever, but my sanity and soul would not surrender to my heart, and the marriage swiftly began to harm me on an emotional and spiritual level. There was a popular mythology that I was some sophisticated gold digger who bagged a big-time hitmaker who was now bankrolling my princess lifestyle, that I was just sitting pretty on a throne in my $30 million mansion. The wedding certainly gave that illusion, and that's all it was, an illusion. If there was any perception of a fairy tale marriage or life, it was absolutely smoke and mirrors. The ironclad safety.
And your husband's in the business as well.
Mm-hmm.
I was told he's very, very important.
Yeah, he's all right.
What does he do?
Just kidding. He is the president of Sony.
Yeah. For whom you record.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mariah left Tommy, but he didn't let her get away easily.
He was angry about the divorce and my departure from Sony, and he used all his power and connections to punish me. Sony rushed to make a single for another female entertainer on their label.
Part of the melody in Jennifer's hit I'm Real comes from Mariah's own song Loverboy.
Do you know J-Lo at this point?
I don't know her.
Just forgetful, I guess. Yes.
He didn't want it to look like I could succeed on my own without him.
Tommy didn't like the way you dressed. He would not have liked you to dress like this.
Pre and post, Tommy Mottola, it's when I knew I was gay.
I don't know what it is.
It's my coming out, but it was my...
Let me tell you a true story, B. So boom, watch this video to the end. Rest in peace, Prince. I appreciate what you did for the people. How you said whatever you wanted to say, no matter the consequences. TikTok, this is for entertainment purposes only. Let's go.
Some people find it odd that when we win anything in this game, we give praise back unto God.
Facts.
Well, in somebody else's game, any triumph makes us feel blessed.
Crazy.
When it's your game, you make the rules, everything comes easy. All your friends are in key positions, so when you decide you don't want to play anymore, you never leave empty-handed.
Although Prince sold his soul, he always kept it real. He always said exactly what he was supposed to say at the right time. During the awards, for the world to hear, and for the industry to hear. Come on!
Well, it's not your game. You didn't make the rules.
Talk to them.
So everything comes hard.
Facts.
As long as you're signed to a contract, you're going to take a minority share of the winnings.
You're going to take it.
A select few of us will do well. The majority will not.
That's a fact.
So as a people, will be considered a minority.
Stop playing with me, son. Did you see Russell Simmons' face? You could tell he's one of them. And he didn't like that. Did you see the other guy, he put his head down? He couldn't even look at him. Stop playing with me, son. It's not a game out here. And if you ask me, Prince was doing what Kanye West is doing now. Let me show you something else. Come on. Crazy. Hey, yo, what the? What? Playing with me, son. What the hell was the diddler doing there? Standing up, clapping his hands like he was so proud of him, like he's not part of the reason this shit is going on. Let's get back into this, man!
Without real spiritual mentoring,
talk to them.
Too much freedom can lead to the soul's decay.
Facts.
And a word to the young artists. A real friend or mentor is not on your payroll.
Stop playing with me, son. Don't you get it? Well, he's trying to say that these people in the industry is not your friend. They don't got your best interests at heart. Understand that and get it through your head. Come on.
A real friend and mentor.
Talk to them.
Cares for your soul as much as they do their own.
Real talk.
This world and its wicked system will become harder and harder to deal with without a real friend and a mentor.
For real.
And I wish all of you the best on this fascinating journey. It ain't over. Peace.
That's what's up, Prince. You could see how genuine he was. He gave them a hug. Maybe because he knew that they was coming for him after that. You see, in this industry, you can't be yourself. Once you sign over, you gotta comply by their rules. Stop playing with me, son. TikTok, this is for entertainment purposes only. I'm just stating the facts. And it's sad to see real artists that are brave enough to get on stage in front of millions of people, whether that's people in the crowd or people watching them on TV, and speak the truth. That's what's up, Prince. Rest in peace. I appreciate that. We all do. And if I ever see somebody saying, yo, I don't like Prince, he was... No, he wasn't.
Do you know why Prince, the famous rock star that was a friend of mine, do you know why he called himself the artist when he came back? He calls himself the artist because that's what they call us in our contracts. Oh, these contracts are crazy. You should hear the terminology they say in these contracts. To use your name and likeness in perpetuity throughout the universe. Who the fuck could possibly know what that means? Nobody does. It's so complicated, in fact, that when you're a kid like me, you have to hire somebody to tell you what that means. And you sit down at a table and you do the contract game. And that's how I got with Comedy Central. I signed the contract. But I signed the contract the way that a 28-year-old expectant father that was broke signs a contract. I was desperate, I needed a way out, and it wasn't good money, and it wasn't good circumstances, but what else am I gonna do, I said. And all these white people sitting at that table told me, trust us, Dave, it's a good contract. And I looked around the table and they all seemed to agree it was a good contract. But what if it was like that game of 3-Card Monte? What if they were all friends and I didn't know it? This fucking industry is a monster. It's the same monster that these Me Too bitches was trying to tell you about. But they hate the monster for how it fucks. And I hate that monster for how it eats. But my God, man, it's the same monster. I'm up here doing something that nobody else in this business has the balls to do. I'm telling you something that you need to know. I'm trying to explain to you what you're seeing. You don't understand what you're seeing. I am publicly flogging a network. And I know that this network niggas, they watching me and they saying, why are you doing this so publicly? Doesn't feel good to be flogged publicly. Oh, believe me, I know. I know exactly how that feels. When I quit my show, they said I was crazy. What was crazy about it? I just didn't want to do it anymore. They said I smoked crack. That's impossible. I was a devout Muslim. I didn't smoke or drink. But I do now, bitch, because you ruined my fucking life. Now it's their turn. This is their first nigga lesson, and I'm honored to give it to them.
DMX tried to warn us. DMX was speaking out against the industry a long time ago. Check this out.
Just the wrong one in the industry and you will get hurt. I'm not an industry artist. I'm an artist in the industry. So I do what the fuck I want because nobody can finish me.
That's the least.
The industry wanted, dead or alive, new artists to sell their souls in the way they survive. The industry don't give a fuck about you. But the industry couldn't make a dime without you. The industry. I'm sick of this industry shit. The industry playing them like an industry bitch. They tried to finish me quick, but I am long, so I stand strong. Fuck a beat. Listen to the words in the damn song.
DMX is one of the few artists that from the very beginning was highly critical of the industry. He's highly critical and very open about speaking against the things that take away the authenticity of the art, the authenticity of the artist. Who knows? That could be one of the very reasons that they spun those narratives against them, that they turned the people against DMX. Who knows?
Telling my brother I was taking on the way, come here. I said, I'm getting nervous. You really? These stories. We gotta cut that out.
No, we thank God for edits. Go ahead. Go ahead.
But yo, I was just saying how proud I am of my brother. My brother is really gonna go down in history as a living legend. You know what I'm saying? And don't wait for nobody to give you your flowers. You know what I'm saying? Because I done already gave them to you, and I don't know if the bouquet gonna.
That's
give
all
you
I
more
need.
than this.
I don't need it from nobody else.
Miami, me and Puff met while I was on the radio. You know, when I'm breaking records, spinning records. Met him through a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? And we just became real brothers.
Yeah, I can't tell you about the first time I met him, the real truth. I just can't speak on it, you know.
Yeah, some stories gotta be untold.
Yeah.
God is great.
God is great. That we don't have to live that way anymore.
Yeah, we blessed.
He came through.
Yeah.
Make sure you know he came through.
Yeah.
Trunk full.
Yeah.
Trunk was full. Everything was all right.
For a couple decades, been letting this text ray from that day that I met Dre. So you live on the catch trace from the second you press play. I suggest they do not test like an essay. Cause like where my homies out west, we can just say I'm like an RAPER. should be living. Yep, but I ain't trying to beef with him, cause he might put a hit on me like KVD. Get him. That's the only way you're gonna be killing me. Ain't gonna be on no beat, silly. I beat the beat, silly, on the grind like teeth gritting.
He discovered the truth about his sexuality, but couldn't do much to let others know, apart from rapping about it. This is why we have many songs that hint at Biggie's possible sexual preferences. Remember the song called Me and My Back in 2005, this song from Biggie's album Ready to Die raised a lot of eyebrows. But the speculations died down owing to the lack of solid evidence. The lyrics go like, "You look so good, huh? I Daddy's D, so let's unpack that for a second."
When I met you, I admit my first thought was a trick. You look so good, huh?
This was one of the first times people started to question Biggie, and this was followed by lyrics after similar lyrics, and it wasn't just cuss words and inappropriate language that bothered the audience. It was the not-so-subtle digs at his hidden sexuality, which kept people on the edge of their seats. In the song, It's All About the Benjamins, Biggie raps, "Make it hard to figure me, liquor bee kicking me in my A* shoal, undercover, Donnie Brasco and
Figure me, liquor bee kicking me in my ass undercover, Donnie Brasco.
Beef, he goes, "Hope they know my gutter F, kidnap kids F in the ass, throw them over the bridge."
The bridge, that's how it is. My shit is laid out, boy.
So there we have it.
There's nobody else to look at, nobody else to blame. Nobody that can really fix it.
This latest lawsuit alleges the music mogul gang a woman 20 years ago when she was only 17. A woman identified as Jane Doe alleges she was 17 when Sean Combs and 2 others trafficked her for and her.
But we used to have these bottles, right? And on this bottle, they be regular Moet bottles. On them bottles right there, they've been to have something to make the girls be real slippery and all of this kind of stuff. So when you get up, they be like, don't touch them bottles right there and only drink them bottles right there.
Put Molly all in her champagne. She ain't even know it.
Diddy has finally broken his silence on growing allegations of SA after a 4th alleged victim filed a lawsuit claiming she was gang raped and trafficked when she was just 17 by Diddy and his associates. Meanwhile, 50 Cent confirmed that all the proceeds from his upcoming documentary on Diddy will be donated to benefit victims of SA. And he also implicated Diddy's close friend, Rick Ross, suggesting that Ross needs to be investigated too. Rumors are now going around that Diddy and Ross engaged in freak-offs together, and Fiddy plans to spill the tea on all this and more in his documentary. As for this new lawsuit against Diddy, it has a trigger warning on the front page, just like Cassie's. The details are extremely disturbing, and the lawsuit even includes photos of Diddy with his alleged victim. And while legal experts are now saying this lawsuit will probably lead to criminal charges against Diddy, Diddy promised he will fight for the truth. Sources are also saying Diddy will try the R. Kelly strategy to get the public on his side. As you probably remember, R. Kelly did an interview begging people to believe him, but we all know how that turned out.
With my crazy past and what I've been through, right now I just think I need to be a monster and hold girls against their will, chain them up in my basement, and don't let them eat and don't let them out unless they need some shoes down the street from their uncle. Stop it. Y'all quit playing. Quit playing. I didn't do this stuff. This is not me. I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this. I gave y'all 30 years of my career.
Robert.
30 years of my career. Y'all trying to kill me. You're killing me, man. This is not about music. I'm trying to have a relationship with my kids, and I can't do it. Y'all just don't want to believe the truth.
Molly all in her champagne. She ain't even know it. I took her home and I enjoyed that. She ain't even know it. Got 100 acres I live on.
Like the slippery soap. You know, I actually washed the car because I'm supporting my brother. I'm not just buying slippery soap. I'm actually using it myself. So, just stay tuned to see Diddy and Rose wash a car. And Diddy.
Okay. Diddy needs to stop doing videos when he's intoxicated off of something, first of all, and Rose too. But what is with this video and the slippery soap and them talking about whatever they doing together, washing cars or something? I'm just like, yo, man, hip hop is getting strange, yo.
Roof for the truck. He made it happen. I'm proud of you. Only for slippery soap. That's right. Let's go.
Yo, man, this rap music is just getting out of control.
Yeah, they got shame in their game. We don't have no shame in our game. We gonna get to this money. We gonna wash a car. We gonna go door to door.
Okay, so y'all just said it right there on camera that you ain't got no shame in your game. But I'm gonna tell you right now, man, this rap industry
is getting strange. I mean, to the point where maybe it's always been like this, but now they're just exposing it right to you. They ain't even hiding what they doing. Exposing the women, turning black people out. You don't see this going on in any other music culture, yo.
I see, like, when Diddy fucked Carl Winslow, we was at the party, and you know, we just chilling and shit like that. And me,
messed up my childhood when he told me that.
Everybody know me, right? Right. I'm a goofy nigga. I'm funny and stuff like that. So I hear a nigga just wearing out some shit. I'm like, huh? Like hearing that, I'm like, on 6-0, who's wearing this bitch out? Right. Nigga, I kick in the door. Boom. Kick in the door. Nigga, I seen Carl Winslow put his
That's
head
the
up.
father. Ain't that the father from Family Matters?
Yeah.
No way.
The dad. The dad.
Oh, the dad.
The dad. I swear to God, dead homies, neighborhood crib. So when I seen that,
Man.
and then so who was piping Carl? Diddy? Yeah, Diddy was. So when I seen that, cuz right, Diddy came back and he was telling me, he was like, it's nothing more enjoyable than having a man do something for some money. I'm like, cuz that shit crazy.
Oh no, that's wild, bro.
I'm going to take your souls. We have the power. We decide what's hot. If we don't go, nobody goes. If we don't support, nobody supports. We control what's cool. We control what's hot. We control what your kids listen to, what they dance to. We control what's in video games. We control how they wear their pants, sag their pants. We control everything.
It's a lot of rappers out here that got secrets with Puffy. Imagine Puffy, Playboy. Yeah, Playboy, don't worry about that, man. I can get us, come with me to the island, Playboy. Come chill with me. Won't be no security guards, no nothing. Won't nobody know about your business. Hey, don't worry about that. I'll wire that, Playboy. I could get percentages from negotiating and making this deal, but you gotta give up that butt. You gotta give up that butt and royalties. And I can change your family life. You know why? Because he had to give up that butt.
Now, what's most interesting to me is that you seem to see Diddy as kind of an Epstein kind of figure, that Jeffrey Epstein, that a lot of people know what Diddy was about, and they were about the same thing, and that's why they're quiet. That's why J-Lo and Ben Affleck got divorced, because of videos that he has of her that now they know about. Where is this coming from with you?
Well, first of all, you got to start with at the top. You starting with the top: Clyde Davis, Russell Simmons, Andre Arell, Jimmy Iovine. So when you look at all these things and everybody want to say Puffy, 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 don't get me wrong. Yeah, Puffy stepped in this shit, and even if he wiped the shit off his shoe, it still stinks. But he's not the only one. They used to have a thing in the industry, right? And the sad thing about it, I don't like mentioning Usher. I don't like mentioning Justin Bieber. I don't like mentioning all these people that everybody know what time it is. So at the same time, they used to have a joke. They never played this joke with me. And they used to walk in the Interscope office. They'd go back there and they'd be like, hey, we passed the test. I said, we haven't did the test. One dude said, well, don't say that in front of Mr. Knight because he's going to take it offensive and hurt somebody. I said, well, whatever it is, I probably will take it offensive or somebody will get their ass whooped. You know, that was me in those days. They used to have these guys, they used to call it the boiled egg test. They used to take a boiled egg, a raw boiled egg, and have those guys put their pants down and bend over and they stick it up their ass. The eggs break, they say they're not ready yet. They ain't put enough work in. This is Hollywood. So everybody want to go act like they don't know what's going on.
Hold on a second, Suge.
You just look. That's all you got to do.
I have never heard of anything like that. So if I haven't heard about it, just assume a lot of people haven't heard that before. But you think it's on video?
Let's stop for a second.
Go ahead, Suge.
Yeah, listen, and also, have you ever been to any Puffy parties?
No.
You sure they had a long time to think about it. But if you haven't been in those butt naked parties, even some of the preachers been in those parties, and they wasn't on their knees praying for God.
I've been in this industry 12 years, I'ma tell y'all one little secret. There's some weird shit going on and some of these artists be here to police it. They be streamlining victims all inside of their home and calling them tender. Then leak videos of themselves to further push their agendas. To any woman that be playing this music, know that you're playing your sister. Or better yet, selling your niece. To the weirdos, not the good ones. Cat Williams, I give you the truth, so I'ma get mines. The embassy about to get raided too, it's only a matter of time. Hey, Lil Bron, keep the family away. Hey, Curry, keep the family away. To anybody that embody the love for their kids, keep the family away. They looking at you too if you standing by him. Keep the family away. I'm looking to shoot through any pervert that lives. Keep the family safe.
It's crazy even in that song it shows him going through his videotapes.
I don't wanna know your whereabouts or how you moving. I know when you in the house or when you cruising. It's been proven, my love you abusing. I can't understand how a man got you choosing. Undecided, I came and provided. My undivided, you came and denied it. Don't even try it, I know when you lying. Don't even do that, I know why you crying. I'm not applying no pressure, just wanna let you know that I don't wanna let you go. And I don't wanna let you leave. Can't say I didn't let you breathe. Gave you extra cheese. Put you in the SUV. You wanna ice, so I made you freeze. Made you hot like the West Indies. Now it's time you invest in me. Cause if not, then it's best you leave. Holla. Yeah.
So you wasn't mixed up with Ross and Diddy? Do you see me bouncing up and down in Maybachs and 30-foot ceilings and chandeliers jumping out the ceilings? You see what's up there, man. You see a wooden fan. You don't see no 30-foot ceilings and stuff in here. You don't see no $500,000 paintings on my walls. You know what I'm saying? You don't see me flying around going to Greece, Senegal, and all these other continents on a jet with his black card spinning up his money. You ain't seen me with a Birkin crocodile bag, none of that stuff. You ain't seen me with no 15, 20 carat diamond ring yet. Like, don't you ever try me like that, man, because I'm about my money. Like, if I would have been a part of that, hey, man, real talk, baby, I'd have been somewhere in the Hamptons. I won't be sitting over here on this phone with you little scumbags. I wouldn't do nothing like this. Of course not. I have my paper up. I'll be somewhere speaking several languages to your other daddies. I won't have any time for you. I'll be eating sushi and eating caviar, drinking white dessert wines. You get what I'm saying? Eating all kind of French breads and stuff with butters and truffle from all around the world. Like, let's not be so small-minded, man. And I ain't even that much of a freak. You know what I'm saying? You get you one nut and you go to bed and I see you in a couple days, maybe a week. You ain't finna be screwing me 5, 6, 7 times a day. I'm not on that. So now I ain't never been part of no baby or booty busted bandit business. Don't play with me. Won't you go over there and ask Renee about her brother? Go ask her. Go over there and ask her. Go ask her big fat, big neck, big wide neck. Girl,